Hello everyone. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome everyone for the today's online webinar. I would like to greet all the participants across the globe with good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. Today our topic is self-care and digital well-being. As we know, the mental health of the people around the globe is affected adversely. And nowadays, the wrong impact of the technology and the digital services on our mental, physical, and the emotional health is a drawback. So in order to build our emotional resilience, we need to have a healthy and the positive mind. So self-care is the foundation of happiness, our mental health, and even harmony in the social relationship. So digital wellness is also very important because it enables us to focus on our work, it gives productive result, and helps us to lead a healthier lives during and the outside work. So today, this webinar is being organized by IT Wing of Raj Yoga Education and the Research Foundation of Brahma Kumaris. This is a sister organization of Brahma Kumaris, and it was founded in the year 2015. Our IT Wing's aims is to bringing internal transformation in the professionals, especially for the IT professional and the allied industry. So the Raj Yoga Education and the Research Foundations has 20 different wings, which providing the godly service in many sectors in the society. So to brief you on the Prajapita Brahma Kumaris Ishwariya Vishwavidyalaya, it was started in the year 1936. It is an international non-governmental organization in general consultative status with the Economics and Social Council and UNICEF. It is also affiliated to UN Department of Public Information. So to know more about the organizations, you can explore or visit our official website www.brahmakumaris.com. So if you have any questions during the presentations, so please, type them in the chat box and we'll have the question and answer session at the end to bring them up. So before we'll start our session and welcome to our chief speaker, we'll sit for 3 minutes in silence and then we'll begin. So everyone, I would request to sit in silence. Om Shanti. I'm very glad to welcome our chief speaker, Brahma Kumari Sister Mittali. She is associated with Brahma Kumaris for more than 10 years. She is giving the godly service in the Gurgaon Center. She did her MBA in finance from the Institutes of Management Technology. And she worked as a senior auditor for more than 6 years before dedicating herself for the service of humanity. And she also involved in various events in different wings of Brahma Kumaris like Spark Wing, Administrative Wings, etc. So let's welcome to Sister Mittali. Welcome, Sister. Welcome to the webinar. Om
Thank you so
Shanti.
much, sister. Very warm welcome from IT team and from my side as well to all the audience joining us from India or across the globe. Today, it's a wonderful topic that we're gonna touch upon is self-care and digital well-being, or you can say digital wellness. In today's scenario, at times if I talk about who we want to become, or we usually say from the childhood, I want to become this when I grow up. I want to become that when I grow up. And while we are growing up, we are never being taught about how to take care of our thoughts, how to take care that what exactly the relevant information that I need to fetch in. I forget. I'm not being able to talk about how to take care of my own self-being or emotional well-being. When we talk about a lot of things about how we are becoming, what we really want to become in life, we are just focusing on doing terms. It's always called that I'm doing these things. I want to do that thing. But nowadays, rather than a factor of doing, now it requires a big shift from doing to a being. In today's scenario, it is really important to understand that some of our thoughts need to be reinforced on a daily basis. What needs to be reinforced on a daily basis or on an hourly basis?
Sister, sorry to interrupt. There is some background kinds of disturbance because of the earphone or
Sure, give me a second.
yeah.
Sorry for the disturbance. Is it better now?
Yeah, sister.
Awesome. So we were talking about that what is a really a need to reinforce or to rethink about how we think about on a daily basis or on an hourly basis. What leads us that we at the time we face in a situation we are being at times shattered or we are not able to cope up in a real scenario. It is really important to now train our minds in such a manner that we create that thoughts, we create those information, or we create that wellness for myself. If I talk about, because we all are from professionals that might be joining us in this webinar, we're gonna have a lot of things, priorities. We are setting priorities in the professional world. As you saw that I'm also from the professional world. We every time we had a dream of the company, dream of achieving something, being leading or having a as the highest position down the time of after 5 years or 6 years. But when it comes to our wellness, we always had the prioritizing things of doing. Is that right? So in the professional scenarios, we have been devoting time for doing, for example, like I've seen a lot of IT professionals. I've seen a lot of professionals joining from different scenarios, that we are giving time approximately 15 hours or 12 hours of a day, like half day, after 24 hours, we are just giving 12 hours, 14 hours towards our work. And then the left time we are devoting towards family. And the less at times we are just not left with that, with taking care of self, the downtime that we are able to give to ourselves. So it is really important to understand, we had a lot of thoughts, we had commuting time, we had a lot of time that we were able to, because we getting up in the early morning, we are getting ready for the office. When we are traveling, so we have commuting time as well, and coming back to office, so we were having a lot of time for the commuting time and getting ready. So that thoughts were being fulfilled by the god, that the downtime, sorry, the commuting time and these times got little eliminated for in the during the lockdown. So that was a shift, that we used to give a lot of hours to our family as well, to ourselves as well. So in the initial timings, in the first year of the lockdown, we were very happy. We were very happy that what we wanted to have, we are starting achieving it. Means we were very happy to be with our family members. We were not, do not have to rush on a daily basis to our offices. But slowly and steadily, we saw that, now we are again looking forward for a change. Now we are again looking forward to reopen our offices, or we are looking forward for, because now being on the working from home, or now we are requiring for the hybrid culture, because everything now we are requiring for the balance. Now spending more time with the family members are saying, okay, now we are really looking, now we are learning, now we are more knowing each other, and at times that depicts that, produces some kind of an expectations as well. Then expectations were creating more stress, more problems, or more issues, because we were starting spending more hours together. So out of all these stuffs, when we were outside, we want home. When we are home, we want outside. In both the scenarios, we are still not aiming at one big thing. And what is that? That is a self-care. Self-care is really important to understand, that absolutely fine giving 10 to 12 hours, to the work, but at the time we are really working hard for that work, aren't we? We are working really, we are giving our most of the time to the work, or we are giving a lot of time to our work, and then to our families, because we feel that our family is an extended part of us, and to serve them, or to be independent for myself as well, I need to work. But balancing between the work and the family, both the things we forgot, we absolutely eliminated one factor. One factor was ourselves. So over here the questions comes, we started working, we as a self started working more and more, but in the real sense it should not a self is being working, or you can say we are a work is being handled by us. It is really important to understand that if I am self, I'm absolutely fine at the self level, I will be able to handle both work and the family. At times we are carrying our burdens while we were going to the offices, or while we are in at home as well, working in the hybrid culture. We are creating that negative pressure of our offices in our families. So we really need to have that balance, that I need to take care of myself no matter what. But if I am taking care of myself, I will be able to make more time, more efficient time towards my work and towards my family. Lot of leadership nowadays I've seen, people who are stretching for hours, working for more number of hours in a day. For example, the shift is for 8 hours, you are stretching for 10, and you are working, and your leadership are really very happy. Why they're happy? They motivate in the lot of industries and a lot of big fours, or a lot of corporate sectors I've seen, that they are motivating people to have more stretch time apart from their normal daily shifts. Why? That they feel that they're putting a lot of efforts to it. They're putting a lot of work, they're putting a lot of hard work to it. But working hard, it was not the scenario. We started training our brain with lot of harsh. It was not hard working hard, it was working harsh at the end. Why it is was working getting, we were working very hard, but still the efficiency got reduced. Why? Let me tell you one thing, because we were not prioritizing the correct way of being self first, giving time to myself and then to my family and to the work. Ideal scenario is this: my self comfort, it's not being selfish at all. Self care means I'm taking care of my well-being at the soul level first. And first, I am absolutely empowered, powerful, energized, charged at my soul level. Why we say all the soul level? Because we are charged at the physical level, at a bodily level, but we are not charged at a soul level. We feel a lot of empty inside. So that's why we are just giving all our energies towards work. That's why whenever we are getting a lot of energies towards one place, so we are being able to get success. We are able to have that happiness of achievements. But what at the end, at the long run, things are getting complicated, things are getting harsh, and things are getting, very, very at the low vibrations. So it's really, really important to understand that while we are giving time to ourselves, only half an hour or 45 minutes on an hour basis, the more you want to be at a higher vibration, you can give that much hours to yourself out of that 24 hours. At times people say, sister, how can we give more hours to self? Because we have more priorities towards work, towards families. Absolutely correct. Because, as I said, our families are extended part, and work is our priority to serve and to have a very good life in the near future to our extended family members. But between these two things, we absolutely forget one thing. If I will be charged, I will be fulfilled at the soul level, I will be able to give my efficient time towards the work as well, to the family as well. As I said, we are giving a lot of energies towards work, and I'm getting success. I'm becoming happy because I feel, because I'm achieving, I'm getting promoted on a as per my, I'm being due for promotion, so I'm getting promoted. But in the long term, in the long run, despite the promotions, despite a lot of things, I'm not being able to get myself content. The contentment is really, really, really important for our life. Why? And at times, sorry to say, I've seen such kind of a thing, that we are leaving the job, we are taking breaks, and at times, in the worst scenarios, because we are not able to take that pressure, we are taking our lives. So nowadays, we are creating so much emptiness in our soul, in our soul consciousness, or in our inside world, that we always felt that absolutely doing for others, doing for the work, doing the family was my own only priority. No. Self-care, giving that downtime for 1 hour to myself, whatsoever the medium could be, meditation, listening to music, listening, anything, that 1 hour of energizing yourself, elevating yourself with that high vibration, it's really, really important. That 1 hour of a day, but that shouldn't be the case. I've seen these things, that shouldn't be the case. In 1 hour, what we are doing, we are sitting for meditation, we are doing, but still in the subconscious mind, we are thinking about our work priorities, we are thinking about the to-do list, we are thinking about the families, that we need to go and rush to the school, we need to, go for a lot of to-dos activities that we have in our mind. Absolutely no. It will be same like that. We charge our phone and we just forget to turn on the switch. This is absolutely the same lines. And whenever we are coming back, we are saying, sister, we are practicing meditation on a regular basis, as you said. But still, I feel no difference from my prior and after practicing meditation. Because it is really important, as we said, we are still at the doing level, not at the being level. The charger being connected, the charger being turning on, will always help us to connect at the being level. And the being level, we only able to connect with one. With whom? Do we need to connect with the family members or with the boss or with the leadership? The answer is big no. On a daily basis, on that 1 hour basis, we really, really need to connect with the Supreme Soul. Why? Because that Supreme Soul is absolutely full. That is a powerhouse. It's that powerhouse that from whom anyone and n number of, we say the infinite, at times we use the infinite terms, infinite people on this universe can take infinite powers from him. And it is really important, we at times we use word use, we take this word as a use. Why? We don't take as a word as a help from the God. No, because God says, God says always, we need to help ourselves first, right? So that's why we take the word use, using the powers of a God, keeping him all day along with myself. And when we will be in the position of being, we will be able to do anything in our lives. We will be able to achieve, we will be happy, content, successful, and not empty. Okay. I would like to give a very beautiful example. Why am I focusing only on the soul level? Let me ask you one beautiful question. At times, what we do, we have a garden, we have a beautiful garden, or even if we do not have a beautiful garden in our homes, we must have a plant, right? In our home, in our room. What we do, we have leaves, we have branches to it, we have a trunk, but we still give water to the seed level or to the leaves level. What we do, if we're gonna water at the leaf, the branches, trunk, all these parts gonna take a lot of time in watering the plant, right? Similarly, it is really, we are just focusing on the physical level, the outer level. But in the real sense, it is really important to focus on myself. What is myself? That is a seed. What is the seed of this body? the seat of this body is soul. Now, people at times say that we are so much entangled with that we do not have a distinguish between the soul and the bodily level. So we need to feel that thing. We need to exercise that practice. We need to exercise few affirmations on the being level, at the soul level, and that will happen on a practicing on a regular basis. Will have a very small trailer or a glimpse at the end of this session that how can we fulfill or energize ourselves on a daily basis. That gonna be only for the 5 minutes or a few minutes, but you guys, you all of us need to practice or need to understand that we need to give this charging on a daily basis, or at times now it is required on an hourly basis. Why? Because in the uncertainty times we are now situations getting worse or differentiating on a hourly basis. So that's why it is important to train our mind, train our thoughts, train our information. I've seen a lot of people have limited their information. Now they say, I don't like to watch TV. Why? Because there are a lot of negative information being rolled out from the TV. Because they are being little hyped from the on the actual originality, on the actual reality part. Same way I goes with the social media as well. We are There's an entertainment, right? We are all of us, and being the professionals, at times we spend little more time on the weekends for Netflix, for any social medias, right? Watching the series, lot of things. But just check one thing today. See, just check one thing. The check needs to be made that after watching that couple of hours of series, that after watching an hour or 2 hours or any number of hours that you're devoting towards that series or web series or anything, that episodes, the movies you're watching, these are only for the entertainment purpose, right? We are absolutely aware about that thing. But are we getting entertained or being charged at the entertainment level with those things or not? If we are not being able to get in charge with the help of those activities, those social medias, or spending time on the Instagram or any social media, so it is really important to think, check, and change your pattern. Because we feel at the end of the day, we feel a lot of discharged, leaked. You feel very deteriorated. Why? Because at times we are not getting that content of being at a higher vibrations. That energy, that excitement level of watching one series to another, definitely that is going to be good. But we are not keeping a strict deadline towards that thing as well. For example, we are being strict with our family members at times, that we also suggest to the people, no, we should only watch for an hour. So initially, if you're watching for a lot of hours, the first thing that I take away from this session going to be, first try to reduce your number of hours of giving towards social media, giving towards this platform of watching movies or series. And on the same content, it is really important to understand how much time we are giving on receiving the right content, the positive content, the high vibrations content. Are we getting elevated with that content, with that information? Because we never know. We are just scrolling down towards the feeds of the social media things. And we feel that, we just went through it. It was just, on a regular basis, we just went through it. Scrolling from the down till the end. But you don't know even that how much, you say in the IT, in the computer language, we say temporary cache. We do say, right? So these are the temporary caches that are taking lot of space in our mind, and we have no idea that how much that it's creating a huge we say that thing that it's the phone gets hanged, so we need to delete that caches. So similarly, our brain is also getting hanged. Like brain is what I meant by hang over here, that it's also getting low, it is also getting down in its own terms. That's why we in the now scenario being lot of dependency on gadgets. We have been into with a lot of IT things, for example, phones, laptop, iPads, a lot of stuffs. But still, while we are in these things, so let me tell you one very interesting fact. In the recent research, it gave out that we're not giving any downtime towards our brain, not even a single minute. That's strange. We are just using our brain. It is very good, as it is always said, to use your brain at the best capacity, but this is not the right way of using it. This is not an efficient way of using the brains. Why? Because we are connected to phone, we are connected to outer world, we are connecting to a lot of family members, to the professionals, known relatives, a lot of people outside. And in the meantime, we are connecting with a lot of people outside. What we are focusing on, we are just giving the energy, whatsoever energy we have in our side, we are just spending all the energies in giving to each and every individual. And at the end, I am just getting empty from my inside. So it is really important to know one factor, that we are connected with outer world, we are connecting with gadgets, we are dependent on, we feel that this is a distraction, and we at the end we say that we are very busy in our to-do list, in our doing, right? But it is also at the same front, it is important in the research, it talks about when we are not giving the downtime to our brains, and we are working for long hours, we are giving a lot of times to the offices, and so those things, it is creating our brain very dumb, very low. So also it is important to understand now to give that disconnect, so that disconnect means over here, that disconnect means from the outer world. Now this disconnect means from the outer world. Now it is really important to connect in that 40 minutes or 30 minutes or in an hour, to connect with me, right? Why it is important to connect with myself? Because I need to self-care about with me, who am I, right? I am just doing the things for the sake of doing, and that times when we are doing the things for the sake of doing, we are losing the compassion, we are losing that enthusiasm, we are losing that high energy. I've seen a lot of things that when even I started my journey, professional journey, I was very happy and at the top of the level, that wow, now I'm entering into a different phase. But slowly and steadily, because I was not being able to focus on who am I, on myself, because I was giving so much time on the work life. That's why we want a work-life balance, that we are able to give time to ourselves, to our family, to the work. But at the end, when we were giving a lot of hours to the work, and we forget who we are and why we are actually running, we are earning, for whom we are earning. So that impacted our health, that impacted our mental well-being, that impacting our self-care. And at the long run, the money that we have been earning or saving have been absolutely being devoted or spent on the, everyone knows now, we are spending on the health. So that's why it is important to understand now, when we are working as well, we are taking care of the families as well, because we have women being taken care of, as a motherhood. We need to take off a lot of responsibilities. Definitely the men's are also taking doing wonderful job, but why it is an upper hand of in the context of a woman? Because they need to take care of as a mother, they need to take care as a wife, as a professional, and different areas. So there's a very beautiful picture as well that rolled out during the lockdown, that the mother or a woman handling lot of stuff. For example, more than 10 to 12 staff, like household work, the child, the professional, the father-in-law, the parents, father-in-laws, or the in-laws, everything. So at the end, the woman was giving a lot of energies, because they had the strength at time to get strength because of the responsibilities. But they, at the end, everyone needs love. We even when I said, when I was starting my journey, and a lot of professionals, just like in this session, we were starting our professional journey with a very high vibration, with a lot of compassion, because we were not taking care of our myself at the soul level, at the seed level. So I was not able to give the proper nourishment to the activities, to the daily activities that I was focusing upon. Just I said, as a example of a tree, we were always giving it, nourishment to the branches, to the trunk, to the leaves, to the flower, or to the fruits. What happens is, while we are giving watering towards all this, towards one branches, tree, leaves, trunk, in that scenario, when we are focusing on the one part, if the tree is huge, when we are focusing on the one part, we will be eliminating on the other part, and when we are focusing on the other part, it will automatically be eliminating on the other part. So how we can balance out? Again, it comes at the soul level. It will give a lot of less time towards it. So when we are giving lot of watering, lot of nourishments towards the seed, everything, the leaves, the trunk, the fruits, or the flowers, everything will be at the full efficient, and will be giving lot of good things to you. So that's why in today's scenario, now it is important to take care at the seed level, at the soul level, to connect with the Supreme Soul, and to have that meditation, have that connect, have that bond at the being level. Let's talk about the second part of this beautiful today's topic, digital well-being, wellness. So why it is now important? Because we never ever heard, we always about emotional well-being, holistic well-being. We always thought, at the spiritual front, we were very, we need to be at good, we need to be very happy, we need to be very loveful, we need to be very cheerful. Everything was at my level. Definitely we talk about the my level. Now let's focus why it is also important on the digital wellness. It is really important on the digital wellness as well, because in the today's scenario, we are being occupied with a lot of gadgets, phone, laptops. And that's why we are having, initially we used to have office, we used to have desktops in the long scenario back. We are working, and in case we had handwritten as well in the few years back. But IT, that information technology, brought a huge transition, and even made a lot of things simpler. But that simplest way of being, that we never ever thought, the person who created phone only so that we could rid of that telephonic wiring. But now we just take that vibrations, we take that phone along with us, and that is creating lot of radiations or negative vibrations, because we are losing out of lot of energy on our gadgets. In the lockdown, we created that a medium, a base of living in the lockdown. We were occupied, we are waking up in the morning, we are checking our mails, we are checking our WhatsApp messages, we are replying to them, and we're just starting, we are having a breakfast by looking at the phone, we are doing everything first. Okay, phone is aside, then we have laptop coming in. Okay, then the laptop is work is done for a few hours. Okay, then we have our iPad. Why? Because we're having gaming, or we have any gadgets for the gamings. And then again, when these or everything is done, at the end, again we are checking our phone on a regular basis. We are not eliminating that factor. At the end of the day, we are also taking care again with our phones. And in the whole scenario, from a daily basis, when we will be there, we were taking care of these things, we were just having a dependency on the digital. It can be TV, laptops, as I said. So because we were having so much dependency, now if I just ask yourself, can you be far from phones more than an hour? No. It will be really difficult, because we have that much dependency being done on the gadgets. Now we are losing our energies on those things. So now let's take one thing, very, very important. We need to have a disconnect time from this gadgets for an hourly basis as well at times. Why am I saying on the hourly basis? Daily basis is absolutely fine. You could give an hour time to energize yourself, or it could be as a downtime. But when I come on an hourly basis, it means that in every hour, try to just meditate for 1 minute or for a half a minute. I've seen people in this response of, if I request anyone for this practice, so people say, sister, I'm not able to do it, because in that half a minute, I'm having so many thoughts of the to-do list that I have to do, or the situation that I come across during the day. So these things only that we need to emphasize on, or we need to reinforce our thoughts, retake care, rejuvenate our energies, to reconnect as well to ourselves. If it is not possible on an hourly basis, set your timers as per your convenience. But do that thing on a daily basis, so that it is just the disconnect time, only for a half hour or 1 minute. Because that in that half minute or 1 minute of a disconnecting from the outer world, start connecting on with yourself. Start practicing those affirmations. Start practicing empowering yourself, elevating yourself. You must have heard about this thing, but I would really want to re-emphasize on these things, that what we do, we still have this practice at times, that we were working throughout the day, because we have a lot of stuff to do, because we are being the IT professionals, we get a lot of requests and a lot of things. But at the end, what we do is we are checking our emails via phone after the day is off, and we are replying as well, or we are texting towards the Teams messages or on the messages that we have received. And end when we are just falling asleep in the midnight or in the early morning, when we just wake up with a half open eye, what we do? The very first thing what we do in the morning, with a half open eye, I'm not saying with a full open eye, you are just awake. No, with a half open eye, we just check our phones, notifications. WhatsApp messages, emails, which means now we are what we really want in a daily basis. In a regular basis, we really want to create something new for the outer world, create something new for myself. But when we are looking at the phone, looking at the gadgets in the first thing in the morning, that we are consuming the outer world radiation, the vibrations coming from the outer world. And that's why we are not able to create anything from my inside. And that moment, the creativity word, the creativity of the inner world gets over. Today I really want to give to the outer world. I need to be very enthusiasm, or you can say I feel very very good when I give some great thoughts, or I want to serve for humanity, serve for any other people towards my professional career. Everyone wants to do that, but on a really really basis we are not able to produce that thing in the in a really daily basis, because we feel on a daily basis that we are losing our energy, losing our compassion. We are getting that lack of self care, the lack of taking care of myself. And that's why we have seen professionals, and we have seen a lot of professionals that in the long run we are not able to produce that compassion towards the work, towards the family members, towards the to myself. And that's why when I talk about the professional, I am leading more towards the mechanical of doing the work. In case we are being assigned with different projects altogether, for example, today I am required for one project, then we am required for another project, then I'm required for the another project. For example, I'm completing all the projects. So we will feel really really hesitant. We will be more comfortable for the work we have been doing for so many years or a month that we are trained on. When we are requesting for the shift or innovation, we feel little hesitant, or we feel that little discomfort comes at times, not every time, at times. Why? Because we are losing out with the inner self-care at the inner world, that it is a really happiness when we are fulfilled inside, we are able to give outside as well. So that's why it is really really important to charge ourselves, to take care of ourselves while we are using or while we are working around the so many information technologies. We are definitely giving a lot of innovations, as I said, because how we are able to give innovations towards the technology, towards the gadgets, towards the upgradation of the software or hardware, because we are giving the energies toward that field. Because but at the end we are not able to fulfill my own energy, because I'm not giving that energy or time to myself. There was one beautiful quotation that I've read, and I always feel that after reading this quotation, it absolutely fit in um, towards his professional careers, because we are actually running in that scenario itself. The quotation says, while I was climbing the ladder, and I was just climbing the ladder from a long time, because I felt that I'm going in the right place. But only after I climbed the on the reach of the top, like when I had to reach, when I after I reached at the top, I was able to realize that I was climbing the wrong ladder, or I was just leaning towards the wrong wall. Because these things what we are doing, we are just running after being, we are just running after doing, we are just running after the work. But at the end we says, after few years, why it is important, why it is we have seen that after 40 years, after 45 years, now we have seen people at the age of 30 years, 35 years who are not able to manage. They take a break, or they deviate, or they start their own in which they we feel comfortable upon. Because I've seen after they are giving number of hours to the professional careers, 25, 30, 40, they always at the end feel what they feel. that now I really want some time for myself because I have doing something wrong from a long time, because I should have given time to my family, I should have given time to myself. Because we always have the fact that if I leave any organization, if I leave anything, I am easily replaceable. Anyone else can work, they can hire a lot of people, because there is nothing that we do not have. We have lot of talent in our India. So that's why at the end I would like to conclude upon that from now, please start taking self-care upon yourself. And in this journey, you can do anything. You can be efficient. You can handle lot of things, not only your work, not only your family, but the extracurricular activities that we are lacking upon, because we had passion and we had hobbies upon lot of things, but we miss out. We say, no, I have to do it, I have to do the sacrifice for my family. No, you really need to do all your hobbies, your compatibility, anything that you love to do in your life, and start doing that thing on a daily basis for that particular half an hour, where you feel that yes, I can do it and I really need to do it. Because that half an hour or that 45 minutes or an hour will help you to rejuvenate throughout your day. And once your days one or the other day start, you feel very energized, you feel very motivated. Because nowadays, all in the job description, it says, I have seen a lot of job descriptions, it says you need to have a self motivation, but still we look outside. When we are not being appreciated, when we are not being motivated by the leadership, we feel that no one appreciates me, no one motivates me. No, motivation is a kind of an appreciation or a recognition or a rewards being given you. So at times we feel really down. So just think that, do we need appreciation from anyone, or we need to appreciate, we need to motivate ourselves? And how can we motivate? Because we are not having that much energy within us. So we really need to give that half an hour or 45 minutes on a regular basis, and connecting to the supreme soul. Okay, it was really nice connecting with everyone. And I hope that there are few takeaways from this session that you're gonna inculcate in those things in your daily life, and start having some downtime. First is the downtime, second is really having some disconnect with the outer world, with the gadgets, and third and the most important, start practicing meditation, so that we could have that elevation in our life, that enthusiasm in our life, and that compassion in our life, so that everything could have efficiency. That whatever I'm doing, I'm having very efficient. I do not need any appreciation from anyone. I do not, definitely, if I'm being recognized, that is, cherry on the top. But still, I really need to have a self motivation, self appreciation, no matter what, if someone says me or not. Because similarly, it goes both the ways. If someone appreciates you or someone says something good for you, you get elevated. If someone says some negative or some, disappointment, as per not according to you, we get down. So it's really important to have a balance between whatsoever it is, good or bad. I need to have calm mind. I need to have the mental stability in my mind. Okay. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister.
Uh,
It's a very wonderful session. Yeah. So I would request sister to take a few minutes of reflection meditation for all the participants, and then we'll proceed for question and answer session.
Sure.
Thank you.
So let's sit everyone in few minutes of silence. But it is really important, as I said, to disconnect from all the outer world that we have, and just connect with myself. Look at yourself. I am a point of light, sparkling between the foreheads. I am a point of light, star, which is distinct from this body. I am focusing on the star. It's becoming very calm, peaceful. Look at this star and not the body. This star is taking a lot of births, which is a soul is playing different roles. And while playing different roles, we absolutely forget ourselves that who am I? Because from a long time since our birth, we were given our identity as the name, the happiness as the achievements. So we forgot that my real nature, my real identity is that I am a being, I am a soul. Let's feel yourself, let's experience yourself, your soul, the energy of being calm, the energy of being peace, the energy of being powerful, the energy of being content, the energy of being happy, the energy of being loved. I am the creation of these all the virtues. I don't need to depend on happiness for someone's appreciation or any gadgets or any achievements. Happiness is my real sanskar. Being happy is who am I. Look at your journey that you have been traveling from so long. Definitely, it has been a roller coaster ride. But from now, in every situation, I need to focus on myself, of being happy, of being stable, of being calm at the mental level. Today, we're gonna take one pledge that from now, we're gonna give some downtime to ourselves in which we feel happy about. That some time towards meditation that will be able to connect with the Supreme Soul, the powerhouse. And we need to disconnect as well from the outer world so that we are able to create the creativity, the energy from the inside, so that we could work on being rather than on working on doing. Let's focus on the seed level, on the soul level on a daily basis, so that our foundations of being at the soul level of being could get more strengthened, could get more powerful, so that our relationships, our professional careers, our each and every task that we work upon is getting efficient, is getting happy, successful. Take one thought. I am becoming successful. I am being able to achieve, or you can say, I have achieved whatsoever I want to achieve in my life. I am a peaceful soul. I am a content soul. I am a happy soul. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. It's a very wonderful session with reflection. So now we'll begin our question answer session. I would like to request Sister Sujata to coordinate the question answer session. And I request all the participants to put their questions in the chat box so that Sister Mittali will answer to all the questions. So over to you, Sister Sujata.
Swapna. Om Shanti, Sister Mittali.
Om Shanti.
Very warm welcome to all the participants. Let's start with the question and answer session for the day. So we have this first question showing up, and it asks Sister that do achievements in work, success, and even in the home front give any kind of contentment to us, people who are in the families? Finally, does that happen? Is it true, Sister?
In the real scenario, yes, it gives happiness when we achieve anything, because we are being taught since childhood, um, be on the be a topper of your class, and we feel happy because our parents being happy. When we feel achieve something in our professional careers and we bring that achievement at home, so our family members are happy, so we feel happy.
True.
And definitely, while we are having everything as an achievement, whether we are looking at the family members that we are working for and we are having the professional front, we are giving that energy towards achievement of materialistic things. And that is important as well, because we should have any aim in the corporate scenario or in the corporate professionals. But while we are achieving, we feel that the happiness is in the outer world. And in that scenario, we absolutely forget that the contentment, the word contentment, because we feel, okay, we have achieved this thing, what next? We have achieved that thing, what next? And at times, that's why being just putting one ladder to the another, and then we feel definitely we were climbing the ladder, but when we reach on the top, we were not at the right wall. because we felt that achieving everything in our life, for example, I've seen a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of higher professionals who are brilliantly in the leadership, in our leadership, in my known as well. They are doing wonders in their professional careers. But when you talk about the professional, sorry, on the personal front, they're not content, they're not happy. So while achieving or while having anything that you are, achievements, it is really to have a very good mindset. Even the things comes in, or even the things do not comes in my way, I need to be happy. I need to be content. It won't be dependent on the other things. I need to be happy and I need to be content no matter what. If I'm able to get success, or I'm not able to get success. So in the industries nowadays happen that, in the industries, or you can say in the, in the corporate sectors, or in the very big entrepreneurs things, that we start looking at ourselves and we really want to become that thing. But at the outer world, for example, someone have a dream company to go in as a job, but at the outer world, they just see at the outer things going on, but at the inside level, they are being getting empty. So it is really important whether we get success or not, we need to be happy and content. Because success coming and not coming, it's just a part and parcel of life. Just like coming good situations or bad situations in the life.
Sister, now we have another question showing up. How to be really detached and loving people? Okay, and also with the things and at workplace. How can we always be so loving? Is the next question we have. How can we be detached and loving at the workplace and at home?
So first we need to understand that we need to be loving, or we need a priority is a detachment. We need to decide a priority. If we will be able to get detached from a lot of things, detachment doesn't mean that we are sitting at the end of the sitting in the corner of a room and not talking to anyone. But the real sense of detachment means that we are with everyone with no expectations, and I'm accepting everyone as they are, and I'm giving my best. I'm doing and giving my best. So that's why at that moment I will be able to love full with everyone, because I'm able to love myself first. In this scenario, as you said, that can we become, definitely we can become, but it is really important to have a balance, because at times we feel detachment means getting detached at a soul, at a relationship level, at a bond level. No, it doesn't mind. We need to detach at a soul level, and we need to be at a loveful level on the same front.
Thank you, sister. We also have another good question here related to the kids of today's world who are very addicted to gadgets nowadays. It's because either parents are very busy or they are equally addicted. So the parents and children, as you had shared with us as a point in your speech. So it's about how we could control this kind of a problem that we all face as parents in the society. And can that be avoided? Gadgets completely, can they be avoided? Not really, but then how do we handle this situation?
Okay, let me ask one question on this question. If I talk about today's scenario, like as a statement said in your question, that can we eliminate all the gadgets entirely, right? So I need to ask that, like, I have a question on this question. Will you feel comfortable eliminating all the gadgets forever? Will you be able to survive? No. We are starving without, gadgets. We are not able to survive without the gadgets. So this is really important to have balance, because always the information technology, these things have been created to benefit us, to support us. Because as it is being rightly said, excessive of everything is bad, a negative point out. So it's really important to have a balance out. So definitely when we have strict deadlines towards the work, we have strict deadlines towards sleeping on time for our children. Similarly, we need to have a very strict deadline. We need to be strict for ourselves and to the children. That is beautiful. One thing that whosoever have asked this question, if it is a parent, it is really really important that the parent should start first focusing that how much time he or she is being able to detach from the gadgets. Because once being a sample, where once he is being able to become that sample, that he is able to detach himself, so that strength, that power will also being transformed to his family members. And that strictness, that rigidness, and that principle and that discipline will be followed slowly and steadily, gradually. But we need to start following from myself first. That how much downtime or how much distraction or disconnect I am being able to give on myself first. Because if I'm not able to give that thing first on myself, I'm not able to communicate that thing and that strength level at that powerful level to others. It is really important to have gadgets, undoubtedly, because now it is being a part of our life. If we do not have gadgets, we are not able to communicate to other people around the globe. So definitely it is important. It is important, as it says, it is an information technology based. So we require a lot of information that we receive in from these gadgets. That, for example, Google, the lot of engine search engine based. But at the same time, what we are going to search, what we are reading the content, what we are listening to the content, what we are actually watching the content need to be monitored. Because the more we have a stimulus regarding the outer world, regarding the outer things, that's why having a big leakage from our inside. And that's why initially it needs to be started from myself, and then definitely slowly, because gradually how the children have been in habit, because looking at their parents. And now this is the two things that you asked, two questions. So one thing I would like to say, definitely if a parent gonna start focusing on him or herself, definitely that power or that strength will be transformed, that will be to their children as well. And the second scenario, they said, because they are being busy, definitely everyone is busy in his or her life, and that's why the children might think that they are not being able to have that parents around them, and that's why they are being indulged in those activities of being into the gadgets. But that it is really important to understand these are just a distraction for that moment. These are just the distractions, because we once we are just in this distractions for these things, when we come back, that's why we are having a dependency. The situation comes in, we're having a dependency on these gadgets. So I would like to conclude on this thing. It is really really important to see what exactly the content is being made and how much time in the watching and listening or reading the content is being devoted for the gadgets. We need to limit that thing. We need to minimize those things first, and then only we will be able to have that positive efforts, positive things from that information technology base, because it is really important to have these things around us. We can't survive without these things. It is a comfort level for our lives.
Thank you, sister. Another question, which is the basic thing, in fact, how can we obtain self-motivation? It has to come from within, as you did mention quite often, but still, if you would like to comment.
Yes. Okay. If you have received the question, definitely I would like to have again, the few point on this thing. Self-motivation is really, really important to, because we can do it on the two ways. First, as I said, to have the relevant and the positive information, because until and unless we will be not having the positive and the relevant information, we will be always having that leakage. Okay, at times we have the information, we are not able to bifurcate what the information is, a positive or a negative one. So when we are having that information, So that information should be the information that is being benefited to me. That is first foremost, it's very important. And when I come to self motivation, I should start practicing some beautiful affirmations that we practice in our meditation session and the reflection of the meditation, so that I could be not dependent on anyone for the any situation, and I will be able to motivate myself, elevate myself through those thoughts, through those affirmations. But those affirmations need to be practiced on a regular basis, so that any of the situations comes, so that moment I would be able to recall those affirmations, that that these affirmations will definitely pop out automatically whenever I feel that I'm being down in my in my mindset or in a stability of the mind. So that moment definitely I will be able to motivate myself that no, I need to have this particular training my mind through this thought, through this affirmation, so that I remain calm in this situation which is little against right now for me.
Thank you, sister. Now, a beautiful participant here has this little worry, which must be quite a big one for the soul, though, that she belongs to South Africa and she's found this session very calming and productive as well. But she owns this place, which is, a guest house, and due to her husband suffering from the Alzheimer's, she needs to sell the guest house and to go to a retirement place where she can have assistance, and she'll need to have the right buyer buying that guest house. So she's really meditating on those terms and is concerned about how it's going to impact her granddaughter and her daughter as well. So she's just sharing her the challenges that she's facing, sister. So she did find this calming and soothing, this session, but she's got a set of problems and she feels that she could get more motivation from such sessions for sure. Maybe that's why she felt like telling. And so,
Definitely. To sister, I would definitely say that right now, definitely you are going through a lot of things, a lot of worry in your family, in your life. But as I said in the session, that we really, really want how we can have the self motivation. Or right now, this is not the part of the self motivation. Right now, we require strength, the power to face. So right now, this power to face is really, really important right now, because right now we are facing the situation, challenging times, where we need to have that much strength in myself so that I do not let down. So you can practice few affirmations whatsoever you require. For example, your husband is dealing with a lot of health issues, so start practicing, because I don't know that you have your meditation centers nearby or not, but in case it could benefit you, so you can start creating a vision with these affirmations. First, that I am being stable, I am being calm in these rough situations as well. Start repeating this affirmation with that strength on a daily basis. Second affirmation that you can use, that your husband report is coming absolutely as normal. Your husband is now at a very healthy stage. He is becoming absolutely fit. Third thing, as you said, that you are suffering from a lot of financial crisis. So start creating your vision that now you are being able to retrieve that all that financial help, that financial strength. You are able to overcome all these negativities on a daily basis, and you are able to connect with the supreme soul at first, visualizing yourself of being, and then being able to connect with that powerhouse and getting that strength, that calmness, that power to heal yourself, to heal your family, to heal all the situations, and to elevate and create that high vibrational thoughts, even despite that you are having such a negative or such a, you know, negative aura right now that you have been going through. So really, really important, whatsoever you have to create some visions that you are suffering through. And my aim, am I having an aim of what exactly I want my husband to be fine, the husband is getting fine. You need to create that positive and powerful affirmations in case you are getting down. So no, I am a powerful soul, I'm able to face this situation. This is a temporary situation which I will be able to sail out. So you need to give a lot of good affirmation and the positive information, but on a daily basis in the morning whenever you wake up. And also throughout the day, give good vibrations, positive vibrations, pure vibrations to yourself, to your husband, to your family. Because the financial crises are very temporary, but right now, the main focus needs to be on the well being of the mental well being, and the health and the emotional well being of your family members. So start practicing few affirmation and start practicing spiritual meditation of getting knowledge. Who am I on the being level? And that's why you will be able to slowly and steadily, gradually, with the help of the Supreme Soul, you will be able to overcome this situation as well. And I'm sure about it, with lots of blessings, with this, all the Brahman Parivar, and with the Supreme Soul, that you and your family will overcome all the situation very, very soon.
Amen. Amen, sister. How to be always selfless at his workplace, his or her. I get subtle ego in my behavior. How I always get to connect to God is what the soul wishes to know. So that all the time the soul is selfless and humble and able to connect easily and peacefully and happily with people. That's the next question, sister.
Okay. So it is really important to understand first how we need to create, to have a balance between the love and a law. Love comprises of humbleness, having a selfless attitude towards a lot of people, having a selfless and having a helping nature for the others. But on the same sense, we need to understand that I am not being getting empty while I am giving for others or I am doing for others. It is really, really important to understand why. Because at times, ego is also kind of an attachment. I'm sorry to say, but yes, ego is also a kind of an attachment. When we have the ego when we are able to achieve something or we are able to do something. That time I have some ego, that I am able to do that, I have done this. So that thing of being me rather than being myself, there's a being me means that I am doing something, I have done this thing. So I think if I have understand your question correct, so at us coming that egoistic ego thing, which means that you are very compassion about yourself. Compassion about yourself over here means that you are very, very thinking about myself, that I am doing those things. So let's eliminate the power, that eliminate of doing, again as I said, of the I am doing. When you come at the being level, you are able to give selflessly to the others. So you won't be an attachment towards anything, towards your task, towards your credibility, towards having a success in the corporate professional life. That things will definitely see look at the things of as an attachment. That's why this kind of a things of an attachment brings up a kind of a sense of ego, being an egoistic. Egoistic will be definitely eliminated once you will be working on the being level. So you will be selflessly able to give to others as a love, as a humble nature, helping others. But when it comes for at times we have listened, heard about these things as well. Some people are taking for granted us because we are being loveful to others. No. So that's where there comes a balance of a law as well. So we need to see that how anything that brings our mindset, stability of the mind low, we need to focus on, again, check and change that am I being too much humble or too much loveful or lawful. So that's why it's really important to have a balance out of being loveful and being lawful as well, but also at a soul level as well, of being level as well, so that I do not get an attachment towards any relation, any achievements, or any position.
Thank you so much for enlightening all of us, Sister Mittali. So we would now like to end this session of question and answers here. And I would like to hand over to Brahmakumari Sister Swapna. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Sister Sujata, to coordinate this session. And I would request all the participants to visit the nearby Brahma Kumari Center, and the special godly invitations for those who are yet to done the 7-day basic meditation course, which is free of cost. Now all the meditation center all over India and all overseas are open. So those who are yet to learn Raj Yoga meditations, they are warm welcome to take the sessions and start practicing the Raj Yoga meditation, so that they can take care of the self and also lead a healthy and happy life. Now I would request Sister Gulab, Brahma Kumari's Raj Yogini, Sister Gulab Didiji, the center in charge of Patia Center, Bhubaneswar Subzone. So I would request Sister Gulab Didiji to give the vote of thanks. Adilmiya Raj Yogini, Brahma Kumari Gulab Didiji.
ओम शांति, ओम शांति। आज की प्रोग्राम से पहले सर्वशक्तिमान, सबकी कल्याणकारी, सबके रक्षक, हम सब आत्माओं के पिता परमात्मा शिव बाबा को तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करती हूँ। तो हमारा आइट विंग के 4% परम आदरणीय राजयोगिनी डॉक्टर निर्मला दीदी जी को मैं तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करती हूँ, जिनके मार्गदर्शन में आईटी सेवाएं चल रही है। तो उसके बाद हमारे मधुबन के आईटी विंग के कोऑर्डिनेटर राजयोगी यशवंत भाई को भी तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करती हूँ। उसके बाद हमारे भुवनेश्वर सबजोन के मुख्य हमारे परम आदरणीय राजयोगिनी लीना दीदी जी को भी दिल से धन्यवाद करती हूँ, तो जिनके शुभ भावना से आईटी सेवा चल रही है। तो उसके साथ हमारे आज के प्रोग्राम में हमारे विशेष वक्ता ब्रह्मा कुमारी मित्ताली बहन जी को दिल से बार बार धन्यवाद करती हूँ। बहन जी ने हम सभी को आज के टॉपिक्स पर बहुत बहुत अच्छी तरह से समझाया। तो इसके लिए मैं बहन जी को सभी की तरफ से, मेरी तरफ से दिल से धन्यवाद करती हूँ। तो आपको बहुत बहुत थैंक्स। तो आज के प्रोग्राम में जिनका भी सहयोग रहा सभी को बहुत बहुत थैंक्स। विशेष आप सभी भाई बहन जिन्होंने इस प्रोग्राम में जुड़े, चाहे जूम के माध्यम से चाहे यूट्यूब के माध्यम से, आप सभी को दिल से बहुत बहुत थैंक्स। सभी को धन्यवाद करते हुए परमात्मा की याद में रहकर मैं अपनी वोट ऑफ थैंक्स समाप्त करती हूँ। ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति दीदी,
ओम शांति।
बहुत बहुत
थैंक यू
thanks.
सो मच गुलाब दीदी जी। मिताली बहन को भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। Now we'll end the session with 2 minutes of silence.
ख्यालों को यूं खूबसूरत करो, ख्यालों को यूं खूबसूरत करो, दिल खुदाई मोहब्बत से भर जाएगा, ख्वाबों को तुम खुशनुमा पाओगे, ख्वाबों को तुम खुशनुमा पाओगे, आसमां से जन्नत उतर आएगा, इन ख्यालों में ऐसी है ताकत भरी, मोम पत्थर को कर दे वो कारीगरी, ये बना दे फरिश्ता ये हूर और परी, क्या गजब की है इनकी भी जादूगरी, इनसे सारे ज़माने की खिदमत करो, इनसे सारे ज़माने की खिदमत करो, खुद दुआओं से दामन सवर जाएगा, ख्यालों को यूं खूबसूरत